Man, you can feel the energy in here. This has got to be the most significant gathering of jiu-jitsu people, senior belts, certainly for me, that I've ever been involved with. Jorge Pereira's here, Ivana Braga's here, Gigo is here, Gabriel Gonzaga's here, former UFC champion. It's crazy. I can't even keep up with what's happening. Nakapan is in here, Scott, all of Dalla's black belts, but then a whole nother level of, you can just, it's electric in here, and this is gonna be an awesome day, so.
For those that don't know me, my name is Lloyd Irvin. I'm the very first black belt from Leo Dalla. Got my black belt in July 2000 in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And like I said, it was an honor and pleasure to get my black belt there. And like I said, Master Paul, Master Paul, we were out back there talking about, and that was asking me like, what does it feel like to see everybody here for Master Dalla and so forth? And I was like, man, it's like surreal, because there's been a lot of things that the vast majority of people don't even know that happened to get to where we're at right now. But to my black belt, like I said, 6 months into my training, he had a situation where he moved back to Brazil, and I was left alone, and he was supporting me from that day that he left all the way on. I was traveling, training, going back and forth to Brazil, bringing him back from Brazil to America, and just blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, black belt, all through Master Dalla, and it's been an amazing journey. And like I said, I have one story I was telling Master Paul. For those that don't know, fighter. Like the team is a fighting team. And when I came in, I was a fighter too. I didn't even want to do jiu-jitsu. I wanted to be like Royce Gracie and do MMA and be in the UFC, and they put me in the gi and I fell in love with it. But from day one, kicking my ass. And when I went to Brazil, kicking my ass. Like the whole team, and I loved it. And everyone competed. It wasn't a thing about people don't compete, like the don't compete thing. Like everyone competed. It was a thing that came down from the top that everyone competed. Not competing wasn't even a thing. Sitting out rounds wasn't even a thing. Complaining wasn't even a thing. And so I always feel blessed that I got the opportunity from first seeing jiu-jitsu and wanting to get involved to get into a lineage that was a fighting lineage. Because I have always been a fighter. And everyone doesn't get a chance to get into a lineage that is fighters. And I'm very proud of, like, for him to be here, and like the Vonder and Gilubel and everyone, Gigo, like, baby, it's a amazing feeling to be able to be here to honor someone that means the world to me. But I just want to say that, thanks for everybody being here. Like I said, we want to have a great celebration, but like I said, no matter if you're under this lineage, just understand this lineage is hardcore. Everybody's old now. Everyone's old now. So if you don't know, you really don't know. But this crew is gangster.
I think the team was done around fighters and love. Love a lot, because what we build, even for me, amazing warrior team that I did the whole life, we built a family, a real family of brothers, who I'm so proud here. That is one now, that in our time that of competition, that was the warrior who come in the front line, you understand? Fought the biggest challenge against the biggest schools like Carson Grace, Bar Grace too. We had very good fights, and Dalla was always in the first team, like all those guys here, my team of competition. Like you said, we did with the idea to be in all competitions, showing the power of jiu-jitsu. But the best thing in that thing was the feeling that we built in all this time. And I'm so happy to have here all the guys. Look, this here, Braguês, he was in my gym always too. My brother, my big brother, always supporting the gym. You know, yes, my mistake, my mistake. Hey, so I'm very proud to be here for this moment of Leo Dalla, my first coral belt. This is good for one side, but show that I'm getting old for the other. But amazing, very well deserved. Porra, congratulations for the big family of Jiu-Jitsu, because in the end of the day, this is the most important. We share the knowledge, but we share love, you understand? That is all about love, my opinion.
Guys,
Peraí, deixa eu pegar uma cadeira.
always they bully me now. Guys, it's a very important moment be here with you guys, especially if Liu. He become the last years one of my best friends. You know, you become a partner, fight against each other all the time, like fight I mean punch, you know, because of the money. And Jorge Pereira, I'm from Barra Grace, but really the guy built my character, made me believe on things, was Mr. Jorge Pereira. I consider, like me and my little brother Gordo, the half guard guy, when you got a coral belt, the first thing we spoke, let's invite Jorge Pereira to come for a belt ceremony. Because Jorge Pereira is our instructor. We are at the time when Barra Grace, the training was Mondays, Wednesday and Friday, because Tuesday and Thursday we could not go to the gym because it was a private class. Then Jorge invited us to train in his gym. I remember the first time I trained with Leo Dalla, he was like with 13 years old, my size already, and I was already purple belt. The yellow belt boy almost made me tap. Holy shit, who is this guy? And I remember that time Ryan Grace. Ryan is one of my best friends too, and he's still alive for me. And I remember, he's my best friend, you know. Anyway, I remember him and Leo always fight against each other. I thought, man, this boy have a balls, because he wanted to fight with Ryan all the time. And like I say, maybe some people don't know, guys, but I am Jorge Pereira, first student. Before everybody, no, after Ricardo.
Hi guys, my name is Ricardo. That's a pleasure to stay here with the coral belt from Leo Dalla. Leo Dalla, when I start jiu-jitsu, when I start teaching Jorge Pereira, I was black belt and he's an orange belt. I have to beat his a lot because he's so tough. I have to beat his a lot for his respect me. I put his to tap all the time, more than 100 times.
But you're gonna train with him today after, no?
No, I'm retired right now. I'm retired now. He's a best friend of mine. I love to stay here, and congratulations, Leo.
All right, guys. It is a
Now, what's your name, please?
Paulo Guilherme.
Okay,
It is an amazing pleasure to be here. Not because I celebrate this guy, because it's one of my best friends, and you know, this family here, because this is the family that started Jiu-Jitsu, and as George said, he did create a bond between all of us, you know. And thanks to him, thanks to his leadership, it's a blessing to be here. Leo, we had many moments. We were very close when we grew up, you know. I dated a girl, he dated the friend. Sorry, Simone, but that's how it used to be, you know. So I know a lot of his stories, you know. But he was a guy. Yeah, he was always a guy that was we started as a young group, you know. Besides Ricardo, he's old already when he got there. But we all, I started jiu-jitsu, he was already, I think Leo was already an orange belt or getting the orange belt, you know. Gigo was already an orange belt as well. So Gigo and Dalla were the guys to look up to, you know. And I remember, we started training hard, and actually Gigo I don't know if you remember that, but he took me under his wings too, and I'm very appreciative of that, grateful. But always, my goal was always to beat that guy, But we always friends, It was a competitive, but friendly, Like we love each other, but we always beat each other the whole time, And he beat me up many times. There's times that George used to have us like slap each other, and I remember one time that was literally he mounted me, Leo Dalla mounted me for like 4 minutes slapping me, no stop. And we were blue belt, and I was like, motherfucker. How long? Look how I was pa, 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 pa. And it was amazing, It was amazing. And so it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here. It's an honor to see him be our first coral belt from George, And yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you, Dalla. Thank you, George.
Well, my name is Van de Braga, and George Pereira, also black belt. And I share the same story with Guilherme. I used to look up for Leo Dalla and Gigo, and those guys, man, I'm sorry my language, but they beat the shit out of me every day. And not like him, I wasn't appreciate that. I hate you guys. Yes, my goal was beating them. I still can do it, but I try, you know what I mean? Yes. Look, if he was a purple belt, Dalla was a yellow belt, and I almost tapped him out, imagine me, I was a white belt. You know what I mean? So it's a pleasure, Dalla, it's an honor to be here, with our family. And Dalla was one of the guys that, I don't know if, like some of you guys, some of them know, I got stuck in Brazil, and I have nothing. And the family helped me out a lot, each one of you guys. But Dalla was like, with no questioning, like, I need some money. And Dalla was one of the first guys to send me money in Brazil. And that's the kind of guy we have here today, like a family guy, a brother. So, thank you, thanks for, and just so you guys know, I won't pay him back, okay? And it's an honor to be here, Dalla. Thank you. We love you, man. All right?
I'm Gigo. I live in Brazil.
Porra, é português ou inglês, cara?
Speak English, my friend.
Deixa o cara. Vai porrada no Sorry. Desculpa. Sorry.
I live in Brazil. I come here only for this day. I love you, man. I love you.
The first memory I have of Dalla, I hate him, because there was a neighbor. I live in a building that my neighbor, he started dating, and he and Luizinho was, and I was so, man, I hate these guys, because I was in love with my neighbor. I was young, like 12, 13 years old. But then after that, the first jiu-jitsu memory that I have of him, I think he was a polo belt. He fought Baiano. Baiano was a guy that nobody want to fight. Like the guy put a name out, everybody taking a name out. Even the guy show up, they see Baianos in there, they leave. He accepted the fight. And then later on, I was like 17 years old. I was training on the Carson Gracie lineage, and I moved to Barra. And my instructors,
You won.
I know, yeah. But nobody want to fight Baiano at all. And he kind of, step up and say, I'll fight. And then, but when I moved to Barra, I was 17 years old from Leblon to Barra. There was a lot of revival to begin, Carson Gracie Barra. And my instructors, they were very active competitors at the time. And they said, well, kind of go Gracie Barra. It was kind of a little, weird at that time. And now they're all friends. But I said, okay, I'll try to find another school. And one of my neighbors that when I moved there, he was training at George. And I remember the first day I showed up there as I had a lot of hair, like curly hair, blonde. I was handsome back in the day, just to let you know, right? Just so everybody can be clear about it, right? And then, but that was a great transition because I was a, guy from the Brazil, playboy, just do jiu-jitsu for fun. And I only have Jorge as for the first day I met Dalla, Ricardo was there too. They took me there on the wing and I felt like home, like very first day, right? And on top of that, based on the leadership, you step up in terms of leadership that I was saying, I was able to kind of see those guys as example for me, how to be a man. And I fell in love with jiu-jitsu and I learned and I feel like really embraced by seeing those guys. If they sell a beat up, yes, everybody beat up. Yeah, I'll go up to here, right? Anyway, I lost what it was, but anyway, man, you are such a blessing in my life. I love you from the bottom of my heart too. One of my best friends always look up for me. I look up at you and like you always take care of me. There was one funny story that I want to say to close it up. I was a blue belt. I was like 140, 150, 160 kilos. I was like 17 years old. And I was fight guy Ricardão. Ricardão was like 6'5" and 300 pounds. And then like I would step up, there was open class. I would step up, and the guys like this, right? And then my dad was the first competition a few competitions my dad came through. It's like, you're gonna fight this guy? You're gonna get hurt. And then we call each other like uncles, right? Like you call, my friends, dad and uncle. And I remember Dell said, Uncle, he's gonna do well. And Dell said, man, I want to give up on that match so many times. Like the 5-minute match, I ended up losing for 3-2, but I was able to finish the match because I have I have him on my corner, and I was those guys' example. We don't quit. Quit is not an option. We're gonna give everything, and come for the leadership of Jorge too. Like when the MMA he was bleeding, man, it doesn't matter I'm bleeding. Let's keep going, right? Until you die. It's a good day to die, right? So have Dan as role models how to be a man. That was very fundamental for my life. And thank you guys. Thank you, Leo, I love you, man, from the bottom of my heart.
Quick story about, just so you guys have an idea, one of my fights, I had a problem in my head, like a lot of concussions. And Dalla and George was in like my corner. It's okay. George and they're like in my corner for the fight, and they hit the ring like bam, bam, bam. Like there's no even time. They just decided to do a bam. Okay, come back. I'm coming to the corner and look at them and say, guys, I'm dizzy. I want to give up. I see 3 guys over there, and George, and then they're like looking at me, and George says, "Yeah, that's okay, man. Get the middle one." You know what I mean? That's the kind of guys I grew up with.
Yeah, guys. I was a teenager. My name is Gabriel Gonzaga. I'm under this. Napão. So I was a teenager when I started training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I started to wander from the white belt to the black belt. But between that, Wander and Jorge teach together in different places, so I train with Leo a lot. And definitely, I got beat up like everybody else so many times by him. But what I learned with this team is that iron sharps iron. So everybody here is another level of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You guys don't see that anymore because it's a commercial time now. A lot of guys train different styles. But at that time, didn't have that. I was 15 and the adults guy beating me up like really bad. But I grew up. I got them back. But I really have Leo Dalla as a model. Of course, all of the other ones, but Leo Dalla was the one that was with me in the mats at the time. They used to beat me up, and with good intention, but mean at the same time. And it's hard to explain that, how important this is to build up a man. I am here today because all of these guys, all of them, each one of them have a little bit of history to build me as a man, to become a world champion, to become a UFC fighter, to become a daddy. So, but I really wouldn't miss be here for Leo, because when I need, all of them was there for me. And I love to be here, guys. Thank you.
Brother, the reason they're together, Leo and Simone, because of us. Right? Because we went out, me and Napão and Leo went to a place called Trash, just the name of the nightclub, just for you to understand. And there was a stage. And me and Napão, imagine they are to go to the nightclub, there's suddenly me and Napão and Leo start dancing on the stage. And then, like, you know, Simone knew Leo, knew like who he was, but that was the first time they kissed. Because of our dance.
That's a good strategy. Go out with two ugly guys.
Hi guys, my name is Matthias Singelveld. I've been training with these guys since I was 10. I'm 50 now, so do the math. Gigo used to have black hair. Vander used to have hair. Ricardo also. Dalla had a big hair. So that was a long time ago. Many, many fond memories with all this family. They're my brothers. Funny to see these big guys crying, man. I can't believe it. I'm almost crying myself. But it's the kind of people you would die for. I would die for. Dalla was always a big example for me. One more guy that used to get beat up all the time. I was a featherweight, he was a heavyweight, but we used to train a lot. And I used to try to apply techniques that worked with everybody on him. And I usually got hurt. He even broke my arm once. So it was my fault. I tried to get out of it, and it was well locked in, and I broke my arm. So that wasn't his fault, but
Let him feel guilty about it.
The strategy in Tartaruga.
yeah, that's
You look for the trouble in the
I was
can.
exactly. I was always a smaller guy, the featherweight, but I used to get in trouble all the time. Used to fight all the time during the nights, and Dalla would come. What did you do this time, dude? Who was it? And I was all with my eyes swollen or cut, and he used to, okay, let's go figure this out. Who hit you? And it was usually guys like this size. So, and then Dalla used
Just bodies on the ground.
and then Dalla used to come and beat these guys up because of me, and it was some good times.
Oh, my name is Alexander Baby. I believe many people already know me. So I feel very blessed to be here today with all those legends. I don't have many stories to share with you guys because they are older than me, so unfortunately. But for me, it's like I was blessed because when I started Jiu-Jitsu, I don't know if many people know from here. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, a favela in Rio, a big favela in Rio de Janeiro. And Jiu-Jitsu gave me a lot of opportunities in life. I believe that the biggest opportunity Jiu-Jitsu gave me was like met many people you know, those guys. And thank God, thank those guys. I'm here today like to see this belt ceremony, to like can communicate with you. So all those opportunities came with Jiu-Jitsu and with those guys over here standing on the mats, okay? So also I would like to say thank you for Dalla and Simone for all support you always gave me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And that's it. Thank you, guys.
Now try to. You need to try it as well.
All right, guys. My name's Chad LeBrun. It's definitely an honor to be one of the gringos up here. I look at all these guys as legends, and you know, I get to hear a lot of stories about them. And you know, I first started training with Master Lord, and I come from that background of we did jiu-jitsu to fight. And so it was an honor. And I remember the first time I met Dalla, it's probably early 90s, 95. And Master Lord had a little business office park where his school was. And we were rolling, and I was a white belt. I know I didn't know anything, and I got to Dalla's side, and I'm like, wait a minute, this don't seem right. And then he hit me with the bicep slicer, and he looks up and goes, the bigger you are, the harder you tap. And I was like, yeah. So, but for me, like, I just love Master Dalla. I mean, everybody knows he's a beast. Like I said, these guys are all legends, even these guys. It's an honor to be up here. And but for me, yeah, he's great on the mat, but he's just a great man. He's a great man. He's a great father. I look up to him a lot, not just for technique, but I will die at Leo Dalla black belt. Thank you, brother.
My name is Nakaban Pungpon. Guys, this is a huge day. I mean, this is history in the making. Like, clap it up for Master Dalla right here. Give me the first one. I'm sure if they could, I was in the chat, right? This is a secret chat. There's like thousands of people that probably would have want to be here if they could, but they all just got, you know, they got to watch it online. Sorry, guys, but you know, watching it online. But it's great. It's great to have everybody part of it, and that just goes to show how many lives this man has touched. Like, he's influenced so many different people in such a positive way. I joined the team a little bit later on, like 2000s. But although I'd met you in the 90s, right? So that shows you how old I am too, right? So a little gray hair now. We're all getting a little older. I wasn't back in there in those days when they were beating up a lot of people like Vale Tudo style, but I could attest to, you know, Master Dalla. I knew I'd found a great master when this guy was just like dismantling people on the mat in tournaments, just going in there and just like effortlessly destroying people, you know. He's created such a huge, awesome family. This thing of martial arts is jiu-jitsu that connects us all. It's like a wonderful thing, you know. I'm a firm believer it's going to change. It's going to save the world where we're going right now. But that's another conversation. But family-wise, like, I owe a lot to all. You know, I grew up without a father, so martial arts raised me. I met many great men. My training partner here, my master Mike Moses over here, and that's how I got connected with Master Dalla. And I'm honored to be a part of this day and part of this family. And I say family because, you know, sometimes, like, in a family, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, you have disagreements sometimes, but at the end of the day, hopefully that brings you a little bit closer in a way that only martial arts can bring you, right? So just a story for you know, everybody can attest to his being a great fighter, and everybody, I think, feels the same way about him being an amazing human being. He's helped me in so many different ways. Without him, you know, I wouldn't get to enjoy everything that I do now in terms of martial arts. I used to come and drive an hour every day to go train with him down in Woodbridge, until one day he was going to open up a second school. He drove me around, and he was just like, you know, you should do something in D.C. And I was like, you think so? I don't want to deal with any of that, you know? And I look to Master Dalla like he's the godfather of jiu-jitsu. Voice now, you're like, hey, knock, like, you know, just like, so I was like, I don't think I want to do this. He's like, don't worry, you got a problem. You just come to me. And I was just like, and I was like, oh, you sure? Like, okay. You know, 'cause, you know, in martial arts, there's a lot of politics and everything that goes along with it. And I know that I can navigate those with this man always supporting me and supporting all of us. So thank you again, Master Dalla. Thank you for being a part of our lives.
I remember, a lot of people like to talk about stories, good stories. I like to talk about good stories. And I want to tell you about the one fight that Leo Dalla lost, that I was there. And it's out there. And the big key to this fight was Leo Dalla didn't even know he was in it, okay? and it's with Jeff Monson. Where he was the referee and we were all at Arnold's, and he had to raise Petrapano's hand, and Jeff Monson tackles Dalla, and there's melee. And they ended up canceling the Gracie Worlds after that because it was just too much melee. We've had so much fun over the years together. I mean, I love you. Obviously, I love Master Lloyd. There's no Master Lloyd without you. Master Lloyd changed my life in incredible ways, incalculable ways of opening my mind. You know, I always called him Morpheus, which makes me Neo. Right? But literally gave me, what was it, the red pill or the blue pill? Whichever pill made me better, that's the pill that I took. You took them both. I took a lot of pills. That is true. Let's get it on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How do you think I got down to 164? I got down to 164. Can't do that on the natural. It's fun. Had to go down and wrestle guys like Paulo Guido Bell. Like, why couldn't have taken the day off that day, Paulo? But every time that this always felt like home. Great training partner, great leader, great human on and off the mat. When I was coming back from South America, always open the door. Hey, Todd, come do a seminar. Fala gatinho. That's what we always say. Porra, gatinho. We love to curse in Portuguese together. But you guys cursed in English, so you know what I'm going to do back to you? Porra, que merda, caralho, filho da puta, puta que pariu, porra. Okay? That's what we're going to do. That's how we do it. But Master Leo, man, you know how much I love you. I've seen you through the journey, being one of your American counterparts, to get to train with you and learn from you and get hurt by you. He hurt me too. He popped my knee one time. He did like the calf slice the first time. He went over my leg. First time I ever saw that. You remember that? I was fucking pissed, man. I was like, what the why would you do that to me? He's like, should have tapped. I think everybody's got that you should have tapped story with Master Dalla. But just, yeah, so proud of you. This is definitely history. When you see, I cried, like I had tears in my eyes for a bunch of you all, because at the end of the day, and we're, you know, pretty much everybody, Nakapon's still competing, and I'd like to get back on the mat and compete. But at the end of the day, when the trophies fade, you know, when the championships fade, it's the family that you've had. That's where the legacy is. I'm getting chills. Now I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna break my train of thought before I get misty. But that's what it is. And when I come here and I get to meet some of you for the first time that I've heard of, and I feel like I know we're brothers from day one, right? I want to come over and hug you and be like, yes, brother. Because there's that, to see baby after all these years, that's where the juice is. That's what this is all about. This is the life-changing events that changed my life. And I can point to all the different successes that I've had in my life, that most of those opportunities started right here on the mat. My first job in the mortgage business started with Mike Moses, and then that led to huge things for me. And then, you know, real estate, and then I owned my own school, and like, all of these things started on the mat, and these relationships and these wonderful men and friends that have guided me through my life, through my lowest points, and been there with me at my highest points. And they will be there when we're put in the ground, right? Whoever goes first, I know the rest of us will be there. And that kind of legacy, incalculable. And so I thank you for that, and I love you, and congratulations. For sure.
All right, real quick. This is right here is when he came to America. This is in Brazil. But our America story started when I first met you in Virginia Beach. That's when I first started. Back then, I thought you were the scariest guy I've ever met. We didn't see many black belts. We saw one other black belt. That was Pedro Sauer. And then when you walked in, it was like the world, just like these coral belts up here and these legends that I see in the old jiu-jitsu magazines I used to look at. And when we went to Rio de Janeiro on the beach and you guys would walk out there, it was like, I mean, it was amazing. Back then, we didn't even have jiu-jitsu gis. We were all wearing judo gis. That's why you see the old videos, I had sweatpants because we couldn't even get jiu-jitsu gis. That's how new jiu-jitsu was. Back then, Master Lloyd had just got his blue belt. The night before he came down and did our tournament. So when you two walked in, you guys were already legends. All we were a bunch of white belts. And I didn't really say much to you that day because you were very scary. And I figured out later the reason why, because you didn't know English. So you never even smiled. Went to the restaurant, came up to you, and I started talking to you, and you just looked at me like I was crazy. Yes, sir. Walked away. You know what I mean? So you were a superhero back then. Throughout the years, when you did start speaking English, I realized how great of an individual you are off the mat. Throughout the years, whenever I have any question, whatever it is, I will call you. And I always get a call back. That's rare because you guys don't even do that. But Dalla would always call me. And whatever issue it is, and you guys know there's issues, Dalla would take care of it. And without any question, he didn't have his hand out for anything. And he's still that way. Like, never asked me for anything in repayment, anything. And you've always supported me throughout the years. I can't tell you how much that means to me because this industry, again, martial arts in general, Leo, you're one of the best guys I've ever met on the mat and off the mat. And much love to you, like all these other guys. You guys, like I said, I read about you in Jiu-Jitsu magazine. I've seen you compete. You guys, like Todd has said, I feel like I already know you guys, and I appreciate you being here. And congratulations. Thank you for letting me stand amongst you guys.
Okay. When I started dating Leo, I went out with like a friend of, oh my goodness gracious, there. Thank you. So the father of like a friend said, okay, you broke up with your boyfriend from 8 years, like you're here, like reading a book at your couch, nothing to do. You can't spend your Saturdays like this doing nothing, you have to go out. I'm like, no, I'm fine, all good. But he's like, no, you have to go out with my son, he's your age, like they have a big group of people, you have to go out with them. I'm like, okay. The guy calls like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a party, you have to come. I'm like, no, I'm fine, I'm actually tired today. He's like, you know what, I have your address. If you don't come, I'm gonna go pick you up. And I'm like, okay, I gotta go because then I have my car, I can leave whenever I want, right? So I go to this address, I knock on the door, they open. It's like at least 5 of those guys and Leo. There was not one single woman. They opened the door and I start walking backwards like this, like, it's like, no, it's here. I'm like, I don't think so. And I no, come in. So I walk in and like we're all like talking. I become friends with these guys. We start going out that was like the prepping before they go to a party. So we would go and like there was like the guys, we were drinking. And then after that, they always invited me. So it was like me and them. We would go like have this warm up. We call it a warm up. And then go out to the parties later. And then like after like maybe 2 months, we started dating. That's when like Napão, Rodrigo, and Leo, I was out with my friends from work. So we were like the Trash, the nightclub called Trash. So we were like, I'm there with my friends and the 3 of them walk in. And that's like the first time we actually kissed. But we've known each other since that first time that I walked and I almost like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get like, yeah. But and then like they were all my friends. But they became all my friends. Oh my gosh, after that night, like we first kissed, the next day I go to the hospital and I almost died. It was horrible. Like I was in the hospital for like a whole week. And then like,
Eu acho que ele beijou a Joanedinha antes de tudo.
Né? But and then like Baiano and Claudio, like they all came to the hospital to see me. Like he didn't even know I was sick because there was like no phones, nothing back then. So I'm in this hospital, like in bed for like a whole week, like passing out, coming back and stuff like this. And then some of them show up to see me at the hospital. And him, like for him, like he didn't even know that happened. And then he thought I was ditching him after the kiss. Yeah, so like that's why like I'm friends with them too. I've known Soneca way before I met Leo and those guys before that. Yes, we used to be ballerinas together. Right? Yeah, because we're like from the same neighborhood and they were like from Barra. Yeah, so I love you guys too, okay? You're like, I know he's like, you guys have your jiu-jitsu thing, but like when I met you guys became my friends too, okay? Like Gigo is Lauren's godfather, you know, like we do feel like you guys are a family to us, okay? You want to play? You are? Okay.
I wasn't prepared to talk about anything, but I had one thing to stick on my mind just now. I started jiu-jitsu when we first opened up this location, but I remember I was like a little kid. I had like no conscious memory of it too well. But I remember they'd take me to the competitions. There's like little videos I probably posted to like my Instagram story and whatnot. But I just want to say this real quick. I remember the first technique. Oh, yeah. Forget about that. The first technique I ever did was the armbar. He had me practicing the armbar for like a whole Friday, probably during an open mat. And I hold that moment, that memory very dear to my heart. So just want to say that.
Oh, let's go. Man, what a honor for me. And what a pleasure. Let work, come here, come here.
Vai, gordinho velho do caralho.
So many battles, so many glory moments that we had together, that you brought for my jiu-jitsu family, always. Oh. Os caras são foda.
Hoje ele vai dormir comigo, porra!
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for everybody. If you guys want to sit, that's fine too. Thanks everybody that came and support. It's a real special moment for me. First, I would like to say thank you for my master, and as all they say, like he like bring the best of us, make like real like men, be tough, be ready for any situation. You know, in life, like there's no stepping back. It's like let's go. We go hard. We train hard with everybody. He wasn't lying. He wasn't lying, and he was the meanest guy whenever we start training. For like, there was a special like a location where we used to train. Like sometimes George would say like, just close the window. So it got pitch black. So he would say, Ricardo, close the window. He was gonna go to the light, turn it off, and then everybody started like slapping and fighting. It was a good moment. We had some good memories in there. You know, like Gilabel was saying, we always have like good battles. And what he mentioned, and I always try to say that in school, it's very good. You need to have a healthy rivalry with like your partner. You know, you want to get better, and then he needs to train to get better, to beat you up, and you train to get better, and you train to get better, and we all get better. So it's very important like that, not with intention to hurt or anything like that, but I want to beat you up. Like sometimes, probably you guys are here, you know, like when I say to Levi, and still, you know, I just wanted him to get better. You know, it's my way of saying like how much I love him, you know, and I'm pretty sure he wants to train to say I'm not anymore. All right, so everybody has, you guys, someone mentioned about the Jeff Monson, and this was my hero here.
Actually, he was trying to help Jeff Monson. And the Helson made him disqualify Jeff Monson. But he does not know. Paddy Pun is doing some actor things, you know?
Yeah, like for some of you guys that saw the video, it was funny. Like me, Nak, Todd, we went there to fight, and then we just want to get out because we had a whole bunch of like 6-8 hours drive back, and it was even snowing hard on the way back. I said, man, we need to go. Nobody would like to ref. I said, man, I ref so we can get out of here, you know. And then like Jeff did a can opener, and then Paddy Pano decided to tap just to get advantage of that stuff. I said, I don't know the rules of the event, so let me know if it's allowed. If it's not allowed, I judge according. Helson, you tell me. And then like later he tried, because I said, I'm sorry to disqualify you. I think that was bullshit, but that was the rules of the event. So, and then he came, and then Sonequinha went to help.
Jerry Cross, he did not move. But the worst thing, 1 week after, I was in my flight to Brazil. Who is sitting beside me? Jeff Monson. But he does not. I'll fly. Do you mind if I get your address in Brazil? I told why? Because I need to show to the immigration. Of course, my brother. And I gave a ride to him to the hotel too. And he does not remember.
Like the spirit, like I remember, and I didn't participate on that. Like I was a kid, but I remember he used to have like him, Ricardo, like. The military special force, I think they do the 3 days training and stuff like that. And after that, they lock the door and put those guys to beat the crap out of the guys. So like I was too young, 2 kids, so I couldn't participate on that. But like they went there to fight and rough them up, you know. So, but that's the spirit that we always had, you know. Like Vander saying, we were at the beach and like he was gonna fight in São Paulo. And then someone said, oh, there's a spot. Why, Vander? Let's fight. Okay, let's go. He fought, and he had sand on his pocket because from the shore that we were at the beach, we fight. And then we fought in the event, three fights on the night. We are ready to go. Okay? Like me, Vander Guilherme, we fought there in Vitória. Once I came back in 96, so we fought in 97 in Vitória too. So we're always ready to fight. All right? Gigo, was when I started, was already like ahead of me, especially because he had some judo training and stuff like that, and it's all his stuff. And I need to train hard, otherwise I couldn't do with him. And one funny stuff, and I think I already mentioned to some of you, I remember one time he was having trouble to do a clock choke, and then George was helping him out, and he couldn't put to live. I said, I can hold the air for a little bit, you know, like I swim, I can hold the air. And he was putting pressure, and I tried to hold a little bit, and suddenly, pass out. You are not the first one, Jake. Because recently he put me to sleep as well. Big dog too, you know, Rodrigo, all his stuff, training, like us as a team, Lloyd, we had what CGI we used to have the IBJJF team tournament, so it was awesome, like have Napão, Gigo, Rodrigo, me, Lloyd, had the lower team, Vander, Guilherme, and all the other guys, so it's awesome. Napão is always like a tough training partner, you know. Whoever trained with him yesterday probably could feel how hard it is. The boy is massive here, so it's hard. And not just massive, but also very technical, you know, so very simple. Mattia, when we started, he was like a star, you know. So sometimes, like, because you have so much ability, you lack on that little bit of like the desire to push hard and stuff like that. But he was like good, really good. Used to like Tomonage and
Most talent.
yeah,
in the team.
and very, very good. Baby, you guys, a lot of you guys know, like he was, whenever I was here, we moved here in 2002, and then I think he came in 2003 or 2004 that he came and stayed here with us. Chad, when I first, I do remember that story, he passing the guard, and I said, all right, come here, give me that bicep. Like he was all juiced up, like. I said, man, that will be a pleasure to get that bicep here. And always like support me in like when I move and I start teaching at the sport and health here at Devil's Ridge, like him, Holt, then later Heavy, you know, like man, support. Knock, Todd, and Mike Moses helped me. Day one, if Mike was up, man, if you need a seminar, whatever, my academy is always open for you, you know, so great, and helped me a lot. And also anything that I also need, he always helped me out. We share the same birthday. He always tried to invite me to like for, let's go snowboard, because we did 1 year. But I've been a little bit lazy and I haven't been doing, especially when I was a little bit extra heavy. Now I trim up a little bit. So I said, man, I don't want to mess up my knees too much, so I'm slowing down a little bit. Todd, teach my kid how to eat chips, right? So very, very important figure on the education of kids. Set great example. Nakapon, great human being too, always helped me, whatever necessary, you know, and when he was training and I saw the potential, I said, man, you need to open up a school. And he did, and for you guys that know Nak, if he chooses something, he's all in, and he's going for that, and he will make that happen with the best, like always driving and always good for. That's why like he's still like very active, competitive, because he's still like training hard and still very dedicated. So it's always very inspiration, and I'm very glad I could help. Some I help, and a lot of you guys like help me a lot too. It's always an exchange, you know. Like I still learn from you guys. I hope I teach some for you guys, and that's how it's life. And I hope I give some good memory for you guys, the same way I still have like a lot of good memories from all of you guys. It's very important. Paul always brings the juice when he comes here to visit me, you know. So there are little things, man, but it touches us. And as Todd was saying, like we can get old. Maybe at one point we won't be able to train too hard, and like sometimes, and it's more too because as you get old, oh, my shoulder's not going passing this line, but you still can come here. You still can get a good talk, you know. You can go a little bit light, you know. I know some cannot go light, right, Levi? Some don't just have one gear, but you're still young, so soon that gear starts tuning down a little bit. All right? Lloyd was very important in my life, as well as I believe I helped him a lot. And as Justin Eka mentioned, that he opened up the business market for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And as he said too, like you don't need to create. You can create something here and there, but he was very smart. And I remember like in Brazil, he was at my house and said, man, we're gonna go out something. And then him and Nak are a little bit similar on if they do something, they are all in. And then always with his phone, he gets in Brazil, he has his laptop. No, I just bought a course here online. I need to study that. Stephen Oliver, right? And then, man, boom. And then like learn all like the business and stuff like that. And then later he was doing a great like business and teaching a lot. People coming from all over the U.S. Gilabel came here a couple times, like Rodrigo came, like a lot of people were doing. So he definitely revolutionized a lot on our BJJ industry. And I'm proud to be connected with him. Same way, like anything I need help from him, he's always there for me, and whatever he needs, I'll be there for him as well. Okay, so man, it's a bond that we create that's past and is beyond anything, and is really important. All that that connection. As far as like having a funny. Let me just touch the whatever he said, because I was making fun, because like whenever I found that she was pregnant, I called him and said, "I'll be dead." I said, "Dad, you're gonna die?" "No, I'll be daddy." As Mike was saying, my English like wasn't too good, and even still nowadays, because like I was working for a long time, even living here in America for long, but I was majority of my days still working with the Brazilian stuff, just teach and speaking English just at night. At the house, I try to speak Portuguese, so the kids, they learn both languages. I believe that's important. So that another.
The suitcase.
No, suitcase was with Raquel. No, like about being tough, like the spirit. I remember in Brazil, Lloyd is in Pepe with his phone, because sometimes he doesn't understand Portuguese. He's at the beach with his phone and drinking coconut water and stuff like that. But then at that point, like we were near the ocean, and suddenly, man, like the guys with the hackball, pa, pa, pa. Sometimes it's hard to go to the water because they are playing. And like me and him talking, a ball like, boof. I got the ball. Just put it here. I said, I want to see who wants to come and pick it up. To this day, that ball is at somewhere at my apartment there in Brazil. Like it's that fun. People like, it's gonna come, let's see. There's not a place to play and like hit a lot of people. One of the reasons, like when like we find out she was pregnant, her breast was like, yeah. And I remember too, like we were at the beach, but in Búzios at the time, and the guys doing that, and the ball hit her in the breast, and then she was got the ball and also threw it away like far, so like.
You didn't like those guys playing by the pool. You don't like them.
All right, there are so many stories. Those.
Da gente pelado correndo, os caras com a facadona.
Let's keep it PG.
No, Matias, he was saying this story. I remember, like one big guy like was picking on him, and then I said, "Man, leave the guy alone." And then I was dancing on top of the table with one girl there at the time, because it was long ago. And suddenly the guy started like doing with him. Then I get the guy, and then start bam, 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 bam the guy, and then later start dancing. The table fell. But
That was for that day, because I was in the sand with somebody else too. And the microphone, Master Jorge Pereira, can you come here? Your students are out of control. I can't. Just bodies on the ground. One body there, one there.
4 or 5 guys laying on the floor right before you came in. Good old days, man. Pre-cell phone.
So there are many stories, and once in a while, sometimes I share. It's good. All right, so thanks a lot, everybody that came in here. All right, and I really do appreciate all the love and be with you guys all the time. It's gonna be hard to mention about everybody here. I would like to say something. That because him, my instructor, admire Sugi. Can you stand up? Sugi, he's from, Mongolia. He was always very fond of your culture. At one point in time, our gym, whenever we united with another Professor Pitoko, the name of our team at that time was Khan Jiu-Jitsu Clan. Khan, DJ Khan, Kubal Khan. If you talk to him, he knows about the story. His father is was a very famous fighter, Olympian. He was also like an Olympian in judo, very tough. He gave me, it's not a whiskey, whatever. I still have that box, and I would say that today probably would be a good moment, so to share. But you guys are gonna have to control Soneca afterwards, because once he starts drinking.
I feel protected. Like I was with 13 years old. Then I moved from Teresópolis, a city 1 hour from Rio de Janeiro. Redneck boy, I'm still redneck. I live in Louisville, Kentucky. And I was there. My training partner was Jorge Pereira. I was a blue belt, and was a yellow belt, orange belt, and I was training with my idol. That time, because Jorge was not just black belt. He was the most beautiful black belt in the world. Yeah, I don't remember. This guy is a ladies' man. This guy is so nice. Yeah, he was nice with the girls, but with the men, he was not. Then I decided after my training, hey, let's go to the beach, take a coconut water. Let's go. I'm gonna pay a coconut water. I was broke, Then I went to the beach with him. Then I have a surf contest. Anyway, then I try walking, and the guy, he was your size, the guy. And I was this side. Oh, boy, you cannot come in. Then, sorry, George, no, you're going. I said, no, George, you going, or you're going to fight against him, or I'm going to spank you. Okay, vap! Then George start. Always was like this. Then finish the tournament.
All right, so I would like to say thanks again for everybody that came and support, and I appreciate all the love, and hope we keep moving forward for many, many more years. The journey is incredible, and I believe that you all love that, all right?